What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you, well, on a marker wash today. You know, we don't know what's going on with the Dark World structure deck. I mean, it came out, and you'd think it would be bad. I mean, we all had the assumption it'd be bad. It's good reprints, but, like, meta-wise, not that good. But I'll be honest with you, I looked over online the past weekend, and we saw one FTK deck running around, a build playing one of the Dark Worlds, Grapho, Dragon Overlord Dark World. So, I mean, there is some play, but is it worth it? Is it enough? Is it enough to actually have this deck see any play? To be honest with you, I don't think there is. But I do think Dark Worlds have the structure deck has a great amount of reprints. I mean, Dangerous Tsuchinoko is a great reprint. You got Bigfoot and Thunderbird and Mothman, which was so much money, getting a reprint. As well as cards like Paleozoic Dynamiscus, which is a pretty good reprint, to be honest with you. Now, once again, I really don't know if this is going to be the structure deck I'm going to tell you to go to the store with and get 3 of. If you want to, you can. But to be honest with you, it's not as crazy as, let's say, the previous one that had infinite permits on it, or Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Like, those are, like, huge structure decks. This one's like, hey, we got Skill Drain as a common. Check it out. And once again, if you really want to get, like, if you're looking to play tiers and you want to try it, Graphic Dragon Overlord of Dark World's only 57 cents. So it's like, if you do want the card, just buy it directly. Then we have Bowser Legends Curse of Revenge. I hate this set. This set is all over the place. It's a great indication of Konami having no idea what to do as far as a reprint set. They're screaming to collectors. They're screaming to competitive players. I talked about this before. Actual Talker Starlight Rare is $575, and I really don't know if it's that price because it's insanely hard to pull. If it's that price because people actually value it at that, or is it that price because almost nobody's buying this set? Because why would you buy this set sealed when you could go ahead and grab the singles? I mean, it makes more sense. And since almost nobody's opening this set, well, that might be the reason why as well. Boiler Dragon Solid Rare is $218. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, it's kind of all over the place. I feel like Konami's just throwing Starlight Rares for everything in. They're like, what set we're having? Put Starlights in there. Trust me, it gets their dicks hard, Morty, when he got Starlights in that set. And I feel like Konami's been doing that, like, non-stop. Like, every set. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring back the battle packs and throw Starlights in there. Like, it's been their go-to answer for anything. And it's kind of getting played out. When they're doing each Exodia part as a Starlight Rare. Like, fuck out of here, dude. Actual Talking Secret though being roughly around $28 is a really good price point for the card, though. I think that's excellent to see this card at $28. Celine is going back down. She was roughly around 8s. Now she's barely holding 7s. Great reprint for this card as a secret rare. Once again, if you get an Actual Talker, you're probably going to go ahead and grab Celine. That's why you see the listings kind of the same. Once again, 81 listings for Actual Talker, 82 listings for Celine. They go hand in hand almost. Other cards like Utopic Draco Future is not bad at roughly around $6. And there's Below Savage Dragon once again. It's not seeing as much play, but when it does, hey, you're going to need it. And then we have Chaos Space being roughly around $2.50. Probably the only card out of this entire set I would say grab if you're looking to play meta-wise. It's an insanely good card, and yeah, it doesn't see play at the moment, but still really good. You got Revive King Hades being roughly around $1.50. Really good for instant format players as well, so that's something to consider. Ultra Red DD Crows, I feel like a little bit too late, but there it is right there. And the Baby Dinos. Is Baby Dinos worth it? Are they good? Are they going to see play? Do you players actually care about Dinos anymore? Or are we just way past Dinos? Comment down below, let me know. Are you looking to play Dinos? And if you are you playing the Baby Dinos? Because that's a little bit different than what you used to be played before, right? Blackwing Value Emblem Honor Secret Rare. Once again, a great card for Edison format. I think that's really cool that Konami's doing that as a reprint in this set. You also have Erratic Steel, Heavenly Spears. This card was like $10 forever. And now you look at the Ultra Rare Bowser Legends Crystal Revenge, which is roughly around 14 cents. So, like, there is good value here, but is it worth it? I'll let you know. I'll let you decide in comments down below. Then we have Scarecrow. So, there were some Scarecrow builds running around this past weekend. And listen, at the YCS level, we're going to see Telements, in my opinion, dominate. But at regional levels, it's a free-for-all. We'll see, like, Scarecrow. And this is kind of really... And I really want to know what everyone thinks about what this is. Could be Konami's archaic, strict COVID policy at YCS events. What are we up to now? Booster Shot, the 9th one? You need that. You need to wear diapers, a condom. What else you need to wear? Like, you need to go through all this crap to play Yu-Gi-Oh! At a YCS level. So maybe the only players that are doing it are TLM players. I don't know. Like, I'm just going by the numbers, everybody. Like, you let me know. But then when you look at the regional circuit, we're seeing so many other decks. Sky Strikers, Scarecrow elements, which are really good, actually. Even like, just anything. We saw a couple of Dinos, didn't we? I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we did. Even Sprites. Sprites, in my opinion, are the kings of regionals. The anti-vaxxers are the Sprite players, and evidently the vaxxers are TLM players. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just because we see them dominate at regionals, but when it comes to a YCS, you barely see any Sprites. Very interesting, to be honest with you. But looking at Scarecrows, I mean, the deck's really not that expensive. Tryhard's for $5, and that's the most expensive card. After that, you got Right Card, which is $2, and then Arrival, and then it's like under $1 for everything after that. Then we have Water Enchantress. Now, I just want to remind everybody, in case everyone forgot about the fact that this is still existing. The entire Enchantress deck core is still a thing in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Which is kind of really interesting because nobody's really playing it. I mean, everyone's running to Baron, which is a great I'm in the gate. But, yeah, this is an I'm in the gate as well. And this exists in our game. Just throwing it out there. And OCD had to hit it because it was so good. And here in the TCG, well, they're not doing nothing. And when you look at Water Enchantress, the regular Ultra at a Grand Creators is only like $10. You want Ultra Rare, no big deal. It's $25. And for the CR, it's $55. Then we turn around and you say, okay, well, I need to write an Aramazir. Sure, it's about $30. Now, I just think this is so fascinating to see the different variations of cards that you can use. I mean, we have bestials that get rid of light and dark targeted monsters, but Water Enchantress is water, so you can't really use your bestial on Water Enchantress, and by the time you can actually trigger anything with an abusive monster, you might be looking at, well, the whole adventure package on board. Then we have Sprites. Like I said, Sprites have been in the regional circuit, dominant. I mean, they've been coming out of nowhere, and they're like, yeah, this ain't TLM YCS. This is a regional Sprite circuit. This is our turf. And Sprites have been doing really well, despite the fact that the values have been going down because Yu-Gi-Oh! Players have been building their decks for YCS events. And I think that's the way you gotta look at it, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. You gotta look at it in the aspect of YCS and regionals. If you're going to regionals, you're gonna want to look at the regional deck list at top, not the YCS ones. If you're going to YCS, well then, well, I mean, I don't know. Look at their decks, I guess. But it's just so weird to see a duality in our meta existing in real time. It doesn't really happen. I mean, you can make the argument for like the OC and TCG, and we can see that duality, and that's happening in real time, but they're totally different because of ban list and set release. Sure. But here in a TCG, look at your YCS top decks, and look at the regional ones. And then come back at me and let me know what's going on. It's really interesting. Then we have Kashira Fenrir. This card used to be $60, and now it's knocking on a door of $70 a copy. In fact, I would argue it's more once you go past these guys over here. There's one listing over here roughly around 70, and then once you get to like more verifiable sellers, it starts going a little bit higher, almost to $75. Here's the question: is Kashira Fenrir going to hit $100? That's the question. I think it's going to. I don't own any yet. I'm probably gonna pick some up. I'm like 50-50 on it. But it's going to hit $100. It's rising rapidly. I mean, in the past month alone, you can see it, besides the 3-month chart, the month chart alone showing it being around 60, only to rise to 70 currently, and hitting near $75. Within my next video, it might be at that price point. Then 80 and 90, because you're going to need this card. We all know you're going to need this card. It's the only thing that we guarantee will have support coming out for it, so do you have yours? If you don't, well, it's going to be pretty expensive. And then Necroroar Banshee. Now, here's my question. Do you play Flunderies or do you play Tearlaments? And if you play Flunderies, how do you answer Necroroar Banshee? There's so many builds of Flunderies running around right now. I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are kind of focusing on the obvious. How to stop Necroroar Banshee, and then how to stop everything in going second mode, which is totally different. I think Necroroar Banshee is a phenomenal card that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players have to immediately have an answer for if you're looking to play Flunderies. And if you're not looking to play Flunderies, you are playing Tearlaments or Sprites or whatever other deck out in the game, you're going to need this card. Now, how many do you decide? 1, 2? It really varies depending on the deck, but a really interesting card that you're going to need. Luckily, it did get a reprint from Ghost of the Past Second Haunting. It has 168 listing, it has that at $1, and not the super rare, used to be roughly around $10 minimal. And then we have, well, Darkwing Blast. I like this set a lot. I think it's a great set. I still think there's untouched talent in this set. The Bestials obviously starting to see more play. Magnum is still like $15, insane. Blazing Cartesia, in my opinion, has not really shown itself to the meta. But then again, it's really hard to do so when the Bestials exist in this game. So it's a weird kind of thing we have going on in this game where you have Bestials going around, but you have Blazing Cartesias, which is insane. Have this card came out when Brandon was the best deck, this card would be a snap card. I mean, you play this and you play Snow back then. But now since we're past that, it barely sees any play, despite the fact that Brandon's still at full power. Are they getting power creeped? It's a good question. I really don't know. You know, OTS Tournament Pack 20 is a really interesting OTS set because Herald Orange Light Super Rares were roughly around like $15. Now they're barely $2 because barely anyone plays the card. Look at other cards like Skystriker Ace Ray. Used to be around 50, it's holding roughly around 42. Alibra being roughly around like 60 is at 35, and Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries is at $30. I think this is the most slept on card in OTS Tournament Pack 20. Whether it's good now or not, doesn't really matter. Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries is a hand trap, and hand traps, just looking over at just OTS sets in general, almost every single hand trap has had an insanely high spike, only to calm down when it hasn't seen play. But the value is still insanely expensive because you can't easily replenish old Ultimate Rares out of OTS packs. Duh. Looking at Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries, I think this is the best card to pick up right now. Honest truth, if we go into OTS 21 and I don't have my copies, I'm probably going to buy some. And I highly recommend Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, I don't have the copies of this card, to consider at least doing that. Then we have Bestial Lobelion. Like I said earlier about Bestials, they're really, 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 really good. Are they worth it? Well, I don't think Lobelion is. I think Lobelion's a really good card, but I mean, it's so expensive. Is it worth actually getting this card and holding this card? It's a $52 card. Is it worth it? Does it see play? It barely sees any deck list play, and to be honest with you, I don't know if it's ever going to. A $52 Secret Rare should not be at this high value and see this little amount of play. So what's going to happen? My opinion, I think what we're going to be seeing is Yu-Gi-Oh! Players dumping this card. The price is going to continue to go low, as it already has. It's fighting to stay at this $50 price point, and in my opinion, that's a losing fight. If you have this card, dump it as soon as possible. Trust me, nobody wants this card. It's going to go lower. Dump it fast. And with the new support coming out in other decks and other archetypes, this card sees even less play. Like I said earlier in this video, Brandon is at full power. So is it worth it? Now, in my opinion, I think Brandon is a very underrated deck, highly slept on right now. One of the reasons is very simple. It's because the deck more than likely will not be getting hit, as more than likely, I think we can agree, Tearlament would be the target. Konami's not going to turn around and go, oh, right, Brandon's good. In my opinion, I think there's a future in which Brandon outplays Tearlament as Tearlament gets slowly beat up by the ban list. And as that does happen, well, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are going to have to get reminded. They're going to get reminded about what Brandon does. A lot, by the way. The deck's insane still. But once again, it's so power crept right now. All you need to do is just wipe away that light layer of Tearlament, and you see Brandon peeking his head out, getting ready to play in the game. Now, are you going to play it? Are you going to hold the cards? Or are you going to sell it? Comment down below. Let me know what you think about that. Guys, new to the channel, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe button. Comment down below. Before I end this video, listen, I got a question. Do we do Tearlaments or Flunderies? I have both decks. I like both decks. I like Tearlaments because I can play like super like mid-gamey Yu-Gi-Oh! Turn 1, which is really weird because you're not supposed to do that, but whatever. But I like Flunderies because I like just going Barrier Statue. And then when they summon a monster, you just go, oh, you fucked up. And then you just rah, and light them up. I like there's fun both ways. I'd like to know what you guys think. Which one would you choose? Tearlaments or Flunderies? Let me know in the comments down below. It's your boy V and YGOPaisanos. You boys have a great day.